introduce their character.
What?
Welcome, everyone, to 420,000 more. My name is Samalander. I'll be your GM, and I have some players.
First.
You, go. NetherYam.
Oh, hi. My name's NetherYam. I'm playing Chad. I'm totally ready.
Totally. Miiva.
I'm not sure if you guys can hear me.
Yes, can.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm having a lot of technical difficulties today. I may not be able to participate, but I am, I'll do my best. My D&D, my Discord audio just keeps cutting out.
Oh.
Yeah, but I am barreled ranger, and I have a raccoon, a giant raccoon as a pet, and her name is Lucy.
I am Jelly Buns. I'm playing on We Are the Rogue, and I have a bush friend.
Also, hello everyone. Welcome to The Lights of Miiva, episode 44. My name is Samalander. I'll be your GM, and I also have some players for that.
My name is Zerdo, playing Lumi, the Circle of Stars Druid.
My name is Valric, playing Elros, the Battlemaster Fighter.
Hi, I'm Suda, playing Risha, the roguiest rogue to have ever rogued. And everything that's yours is mine, and what's mine is mine.
I am Sadie, playing Zari, the giant barbarian trying to keep Suda from stealing everybody's stuff.
Hi, I'm Inter. I'm playing the ultra fast monk Cryer.
And I am Ashes, and I play Eberkeet, the divination wizard.
So, where we last left our heroes off, and by heroes I mean the 420,000 more crew, they arrived at the town of Haifa just before a catastrophe hit. In the approximately 6 months that followed, they have been working diligently to help save as many people as they can and possibly profit and get some more magic items from the town as they see fit and as is their want. But they have saved many lives in the process, and have even received pieces of fan mail. As of where we pick back up with this crew, four of them actually, are hanging out near a campfire about an hour's journey outside of the ruined town of Haifa. Vlamin is mostly going to be backgrounded because the character player couldn't make it today. But Anweir, Chad, and Berald, you guys, it is a relatively lovely evening. There's been no rain all day. Berald, you have just gotten back into a camp within the last half an hour after your regular guarding post to the northern gate of the city. It's been a very uneventful day. Yesterday, you ran into some strange adventurers who wandered into town. You probably know who they were. Chad, you have stalked the fire and kept it going. And Anweir, you're playing with your bush. That sounds so wrong.
Wow.
And the sun is maybe an hour from setting. You expect your final companion to show up soon, for she was exploring the city and trying to collect anything she could find of value.
I think Chad's just eating berries off the ground.
Lucy,
Why do you think we have the bush?
A berry bush? No way.
Yeah, so you stop eating them off the ground.
Well, then Chad is definitely playing with Anya's bush.
Finally!
Oh my goodness. All right. Lucy comes from washing her hardtack in the river, chomping on the final piece and does the uppies motion to Berold.
Amazing.
Mia may be having too much trouble to join. And as you guys are distracted talking about Anvir's bush, and Berold is distracted from by picking up Lucy, the fire out of nowhere flares to about double its normal brightness. Gathering your attention towards it. What is everybody's passive perception? How good?
Good question. Mine is 16. Nope. 16, yes.
Okay. Onweir's 18. And Berold. All right, so 12 for
18.
Berold? Holy buckets. All right, so everybody except for Berold notices over the, like, a little hill in the distance, 20-foot tall, blue-skinned humanoid. Technically not a humanoid, but close enough. 2 arms, 2 legs, from about chest up.
What is a man?
What is it? And yeah.
Do we know who this person is, or is this just this is the first time we've seen him?
This is the first time you've seen them.
All right, well, then I think Chad would think that would like get out his staff and move to kind of get up front somewhere around there.
All right. Lights of Miiva crew. You're coming up over a little hill. Lumi, you have at a distance made the fire flare up to announce your presence. And you see a person you might recognize from having been in the Blue Rock Adventurers Guild. You see Chad. Actually, the person who absolutely would know who this is Kryor, as you are both part of the same order of monks. Pull out a staff and like get into the ready position.
Oh, steady. Big one's friendly.
Hey, Kryor, how's it going?
It's going good. And I'll run up and swing.
Roll attack?
I don't think an 11 hit.
No, definitely not. Hey, nice try.
Oh. Trying to get the hits in when I ever can.
I'm going to
Really, Kryar?
throw one
Sparring now?
Oh, that
Towards-
misses.
Kryor. Well, at least you haven't lost your edge, man. Oh, that does it.
Can you make a con save, please?
Con save. Yeah, you bet.
Ha!
11.
Still got my touch. And I just circle around him.
So
You're stunned, by the way, for 6 seconds.
Oh.
Yeah. The giant walking up behind the group says, is this a normal greeting among your people?
Among them.
Among them, yeah.
Fair enough. I think this, and start speaking in giant. So I think only Zari and, well, technically Berold
Yes.
can understand him. Oh shoot. Now that I said that, I completely lost the train of thought. Yeah, no. Continue on. Sorry.
Onweir, my favorite rogue.
Excuse me? I thought
Yep.
I was your favorite wee one.
No, you're my favorite sister. Onweir is my favorite rogue because she solves crimes, not cause them.
I mean... Eh? Potato, potato?
Most definitely not. I see you have a plant friend there.
Sorry about that. I was watering my bush.
Oh.
If you could see Zari's cheeks under her bandages, she would be blushing.
The giant, whose name I have completely forgotten, of course, says, in giant, can I have another candy so I can understand what the heck you guys are talking about?
Oh, right.
Speaking of bush, I was a bush once.
What?
She got turned
That's-
into a potted plant by one of the wild magic surges while we were in the city.
Oh, that's awesome.
Ah. My potted plant turned into a talking potted plant when I put him in this pot. Because Chad kept eating berries off the ground that turned out to be not berries. So I thought
Totally berries? I don't know what you're talking about.
it was poop. You ate poop.
I haven't found anything quite as delicious in a long time, but I'm looking.
All right.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, this is John Bob. My bush. He has berries.
This is Risha, our ex-potted plant.
I was also
Well,
dead
you
once.
two should get along very well.
Lumi, give our giant friend another candy so he can understand common again.
Crier, candy.
Toss a candy.
So the 20,000 more crew, you guys see this giant basically take a
Werther's original.
Werther's original sized piece of candy. So it's like for the giant, it's like a smaller than a grain of sand, and just slowly bring it up to its mouth, lick it off, and start. Oh, okay, that's better. Those are super handy candies. Can I hold on to a few?
I'll give him 4 more.
Thank you.
We had a friend that made those. We need to do something about her. I miss her.
Yeah.
Oh, but she's in a safe place now.
I would not call the court of the Winter Fae Queen a safe place.
I was about to say, is it safe though?
I can trust. I can.
The Winter Queen.
I can assume that she is not being harmed, but I do not believe it is safe.
The Winter Queen.
Yes.
I believe it's safe. She's with Mom.
The Winter Queen is your mother?
Patron.
Yes,
I
and
mean-
no.
The giant's expression kind of scrunches, and he blinks, and he sits down, kind of in front of between the fire and the road.
Would Onweir have any idea who the Winter Queen is?
History check. You've probably heard the name before.
Stop making me do work.
I'm sorry, I'll stop commissioning art.
No, not that part. I don't see. Oh, here it is. I just click it, right?
Yep. Should.
Oh, this part. Right.
There you go. 18. Absolutely.
Okay. Who's the Winter Queen?
The Winter Queen is one of the more famous Fae, Archfae, known for her cruelty is sort of right, but coldness in both emotional and physical senses.
Aptly named.
Yeah, she's aptly named. And she is not someone you want to have as your friend, and it's even worse if they're your enemy.
All right then. So Risha is friends with the Winter Queen?
Risha has made a pact with the Winter Queen.
Oh, so you're the stupidest rogue that ever rode.
Be that as it may, I also have my friend Gaius here. Pulls out a skull.
Skull's eyes are glowing.
Oh, rad.
His eyes are glowing. Why are its eyes glowing?
Why are my eyes glowing?
What?
Hey,
Wait.
buddy. I'm Chad.
Oh,
He can talk now?
There are too many things that are talking.
I don't know what you're talking about, says the skull.
Risha,
Gaius has always been able
no
to
more
talk.
bones, skulls, femurs, ribs, anything.
Oh,
I don't want that to get bigger. And he points directly at Gaius.
I don't
She
know. A
kicks
skeleton familiar might be handy if we ever need to clear a dungeon of skeletons.
What?
as
Maybe a
Risha
scout.
discreetly kicks a bag into a bush.
Is that a bag of bones, femurs, and skulls?
Gene Bob says, "Ow!"
It's John Bob.
Jean Bob says.
Oh, wrong bush. My bad. No, it's totally not a bag of bones. It's a meat sack. Yes, it's a meat sack.
No. Meat sacks are you guys, says the skull.
Audible?
Oh, yeah.
Audible facepalm from Lumi. Like, full on slaps himself square in the face.
Okay, I understand that he could always talk to you. How come he can now talk to us?
Wait, you guys haven't been able to hear him this whole time?
No!
No wonder you didn't trust him. He's so nice.
I try.
Onweir's gonna lean over to Iberkeet and half whisper, "Is she okay?"
Not really, no, but we try to be there for her.
Also,
Is
since
Iberkeet
there's
hiding
some-
behind Zari?
A bit, yeah.
Oh, right, because skull.
Oh, right. Still afraid of dead things.
Uh-huh. I forgot about that.
Also, as she puts Gaius away, do any of you know the proper application of a powdered mammoth tusk? I'm still trying to figure that one out.
I do, totally.
It's about time.
Do not say
What's
protein
a mammoth
shake.
tusk?
Never mind.
Yeah. I was gonna bury it, and then you plant some seeds on top, and then you get mammoths, right?
No, says the giant.
Ah. I don't know what I was thinking about then, but it's something like that.
I don't know, but Gaius has been bothering me, asking me over and over and over, and I'm still trying to figure it out. I don't know what a mammoth is, if they even have tusks, and why you would powder one to begin with.
Pretty sure
He's
it's not
obviously searching for a spell component. That is way too specific to be something that isn't a spell component.
I'll try
He
to.
can't cast spells. That's my job.
I'll open up a book and. No, I'm gonna try to think about if I read something about it somewhere.
Sure. roll your did I read about it? 20.
Well, pretty high did I read about it?
That's a very high did I read about it. Okay. So powdered mammoth tusk has hundreds of uses, but given the context and what was talking and Risha's whole existence, you're fairly sure that the one that makes the most sense is a spell component in I'm trying to think of the name of the spell. It's a spell that lets you talk across planes. And it has a chance of madness if you fail. I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but I know I
contact other plane
that
or
one,
something like that.
Something like that.
What's the most non-harmful use?
A protein shake.
Yeah, just use for
I'm pretty
protein
sure it
shakes
doesn't hurt if you
mostly.
bury it.
That's you know, some good effects for the evening.
What are the stat buffs on a mammoth tusk protein shake?
Maybe a little bit more charisma and a little bit more endurance.
I could use some more charisma.
It only lasts for 2 minutes.
Anyway, Zari has sat down next to the fire and unburdened the box from her back and is now reaching her arm all the way in it, further than it should actually physically go, and is thinking about a pot.
Give me a luck roll, please.
D20 roll.
Just roll straight D20.
1.
You reach around
Pull
for a
out
while.
an entire mammoth.
You reach around for a while and find nothing touching your hand.
What is our distance from the river?
It is just off the top of this map.
Hey, Zari, what's our food situation?
I'm working on it.
Do we need more fresh fish?
Thinks of a skillet.
Give me a luck roll.
Well, we only need to do this 18 more times before you get some really good rolls.
All right.
Okay, fine. Well, if there are any fish left in there, because that river is running very, very fast in the direction it's not supposed to. Please don't fall in the hole.
Sigh. I'll go check. Anyone want to keep an eye on the bank for flying fish? As Lumi trods off, and 3 steps in is a giant crab.
Lucy hears this statement and is like right behind you, and plops herself down on the shore nearby where you go in.
I'll go with them.
Berald comes up to help Lucy out and make sure she doesn't eat too many fish. So, as amusing as all of this is, nope, I lost my train of thought. Continue on with your banter. Dakra, the giant, shakes his head, kind of looks towards the north southwest, away from the setting sun. Says, and you said the city was towards the east of here, right?
Yes, there is Ava, and then what's the I always forget the one on the coast. Volley,
yep. All right.
So I'm just saying that person turned into a giant crab.
It's a druid thing.
Right. But I'm just saying.
Carcinization comes for us all, man.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I mean, I can turn big, and
I'm saying they're made out of crab meat right now. So
we don't eat the druid.
I mean, I could eat the druid. It's the right size.
Please don't eat the druid.
I've never had giant crab. More mountainous terrain where I live. Fewer oceans.
also, if you have a bag where you just think of a thing and you might be able to pull it out, can't you just think of an already cooked dinner?
I think of an already cooked dinner.
Roll me luck.
3.
I am impressed. You don't come up with anything.
It's incredible.
The dice hate me today.
They do. The giant reaches into a sack at his side, and goes, no, I didn't keep any food in here. I wasn't actually expecting to be not at home.
Yeah, why are you here?
He got teleported into the hole and then climbed out of the hole.
Yeah, that was weird. I felt different. Why did I feel different?
Lots of magic in the air, iron dust.
God, stop that.
Oh, and by the way, the holes are magically getting bigger.
Wait, what holes?
The holes in the city.
Oh. Great.
Yeah, there are 4 big holes in the city right now, and they are getting bigger magically. And we don't know if they'll stop if they reach the edge of the city where the magic dust influences, or if they'll just keep spreading until the entire world collapses in on itself.
And
No
like,
biggie though.
How big are these holes right now? Like, are we talking like several blocks or
we can
couple hundred feet?
Go to that map. So going to the Haifa map.
Oh, okay.
I'll pull out the map.
Yeah. Here's a map of the holes that Cryor has drawn, with some other notes that he's added at times.
Dang. Okay. Lovely.
Yeah.
Them some holes.
Yeah. Luckily we
disrupted baby hole.
Yeah, luckily we disrupted the totems that were in that area, and you all did not fall into the hole either, because that would have taken out the guild hall.
Speaking of which, how exactly did you find us?
Where'd the bard go?
The bard is like over in one of the tents, and she pokes her head out, speaking around something. She goes, "Well, they can't find me, or I found it." Yeah. I found him. I found him.
Was she eating something?
Yes.
No.
Anyway, Zari is Zari is frustrated with the box, so we'll have to do it the old-fashioned way. And she gets out her cooking kit.
Lumi,
I feel like I didn't get my question answered.
You get a 20 this time. I promise.
Lumi, with an well, you didn't have advantage or disadvantage because Cryer was using the help action, but it's still on the left side as 11. So with the 11, that's Zari. The dice hate you. With an 11, you do find a couple of medium-sized fish. It's probably not enough to feed everybody, but with Zari's excellent cooking skills, you think that she can probably make up something to make up for the rest of the lack of food. On the other hand, Zari, you managed to destroy at least one pot of food before you get this fire figured out.
What the frick is wrong?
I blame Lumi for making the fires grow bigger.
That was a flare, like it goes whoosh and it goes back to its original size.
But Sarah's cooking is always good.
It's not very long until Zari's cooking is in fact always good, and after ruining a little bit of food, it's smells fine. Like, this is not a Michelin starred campfire, but Zari, you get a pot full of whatever you're making that's enough to feed most of this crew, with the exception of the giant, because the giant can eat all of that and not even blink. But you find it, you create enough food to feed most people. Zika,
Maybe I need to wash the pot. Maybe it got some iron dust in it.
Beryl kind of goes, so there's like nobody guarding town right now, so I think Vlamin and Zika and I are gonna head out. So we'll be back later this evening. Just gonna make one more quick check around town.
Cool. Go for it.
Lucy, stay here and go ahead and lick out the pot for Zari, because I'm sure that she would like to not have to clean it herself. Lucy is currently trying to get into the pot, despite the fact that it has not been emptied completely yet. and Zika, Vlamin, and Berald work their way out of me having to voice them, with their players not here.
Whoa, convenient.
Sorry, do we still have more tea?
Unless I burn that too. Here, you make your own tea.
Roll for tea.
No problems. All right, just don't have a stomach for food lately.
Why is that? You didn't eat my other meal, and
yeah,
you didn't.
You haven't eaten anything since I ran into you guys, and that's been like 12 hours now.
You didn't eat anything last night when we slept in the guard in Amari's guardhouse.
I'm not sure. Stomach hasn't had an appetite for food the last day or so.
Is this a druid thing?
Don't think so.
You need a protein shake?
Yeah. No thanks.
Risha, as you sneak your way into the cave, you find that it is a mostly dry cave. The floor isn't very flat, which is probably why nobody's sleeping in here. But you do find that there are various camping supplies and an ornate locked chest.
Ooh, shiny.
Anwir, you noticed Risha disappear into the cave where your stash is.
Balls. I guess I'll get up and follow her.
And Risha, could I get you give me a sneak roll, unless you're not being sneaky at all? And could I get a perception check from you, please? 21. And you have no problem. Risha is being very sneaky. She has gotten in front of the now half empty treasure chest that you guys were paid for your job in, and she is currently like examining the lock on it.
This should be a cinch.
Could I get a sleight of hand check, please? And Enware, if you're talking, you're muted.
Just kidding. I'm gonna saunter up and ask, can I help you?
So as the lock clicks open in your hands, Risha, you hear that.
No, I just found shinies.
Yeah. Those are put there for a reason.
Oh, they're your shinies?
Those are, in fact, our shinies.
Ugh. I don't like sharing shinies.
Anwir's eyes just get, like, the wide in that, like, I'm gonna kill this bitch annoyance kind of wide, but, like, his hands are kind of in his pockets and he's not saying anything. He's just staring her down.
And she gently closes the lid, sits on top of it, and pouts.
You know I'm not leaving until you leave this cave, right?
Yeah, I know. But, like, it's such a small amount of shinies compared to what we found. And, like, you couldn't just, like, share the other shinies? Those ones are already being shared.
Can I tell you a story?
I like stories.
Okay, great. That's great. I once took a man of exceptional family wealth for everything he had, and then when he had nothing, I cut his head off. So, are you gonna hang out, or are we gonna go back to the fire?
But did you keep his skull?
Cave? Will you please just get out of the cave?
Okay.
Oh, hey, Risha, where'd you go?
They have shinies in the cave and they're not sharing.
Well, yeah, that's their shinies.
But I found
looters'
it.
rights. You found what they already found, and they are here, so you don't get to take what they already found.
But it was in a cave, so it was clearly lost.
It was literally payment. It was legitimately gotten gains.
I see.
It was legitimately gotten gains, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You got paid for the job that you now remember was supposed to originally go to these fools.
Yeah, he's gonna leave that part out.
I thought you might.
I don't like legitimately gotten gains.
Well, then you shouldn't have any problem not wanting these.
Wait, you don't like legitimately getting paid?
This is why she's not my favorite rogue.
No, I can make so much more if I just take everything.
Oh yes, so much more from the guy from the creepy undead guy that wants us to carry around his heart.
What have you guys been doing?
Elros, you feel
lots of stuff.
Wherever you have the heart stored, you feel a thump.
Ah, crap. I'll shake the shake the box.
So you all hear a little like a wet. Have you ever put something wet inside of something that's like it's like slime, like Jello in a Tupperware that's too big for it, and you shake it. That sound. Exactly. That sound.
God, I thought we talked about this.
Huh?
The wet noises.
I don't remember anything we talk about most of the time.
No, that's not your guy. That's this guy, and Lumi will point at Elrose.
Hiya.
So
That's our pincushion. He still hasn't died, but I died.
yes, and I'm starting to regret bringing you back to life.
I'm not. I did get to say hi to Mom, though.
Again, you're calling
For some
the
reason, I
Winter
feel like I
Queen
remember this moment.
Mom.
Well, yeah.
Is it
She
just
gives me uppies.
Is it just Chad and I out of the 2000 more crew?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Anwar's gonna go over to Chad and be like, I don't like them. Can we go somewhere else?
But they've got a giant.
If you guys are going somewhere else, can I follow you? The giant says.
Cool.
Can I hire you?
Yeah, we have a giant.
Can I hire you to take me to the next town?
I mean, I think we're always looking for work.
Yeah.
What's the pay? How many berries you got?
We would definitely. Chad, I have berries. I have a
Alright.
whole bush of berries.
I don't play with that bush light.
I swear to God.
Anyway, while we were in the city, we didn't find any evidence of Georgie.
Okay.
Georgie?
The guard commander of the city.
You would
Oh, that's
be.
his name.
Yeah, you would be familiar with her. The 20,000 more people. They probably never interacted with her because she's like big muckety muck city guard.
Also, Onweir's made it pretty clear he doesn't care what people's names are.
Also accurate.
No.
Oh, where's your butler friend? He usually has some good cooking tips.
Oh, Pipital Stockings is back in town.
Why isn't he not in town? That place seems dangerous.
That's where he was, right? Didn't Sam say?
He's the other town.
Oh, the other town.
Oh, okay. He's in Ava. Okay.
Other. I know what that is, but for everybody else.
So Ava.
We would probably take you to Ava, but we're going the other way. We're going back home.
We don't know where we're going right now.
So for some clarity, Ava is the next major city towards the east from here. It's where it's the Pipital Stockings. Did you say? Anweir's manservant has been going back and forth, gathering, basically buying supplies and bringing you guys back news.
Yes, Bunkleby Dinks.
Bunkleby Dinks, got it.
Cumberbottom.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask again. Why are you here?
So we were looking. We came to scout. We came to scout out Haifa, looking for evidence of Commander Georgie, who is at least one of the causes behind what the fuck happened to the city. She was part of a cult that
She's
wanted
been
to.
dead.
We don't know she's dead. We haven't found a body.
She's been bad. Mom's mad at her. Mom is so mad at her.
But
Okay.
yes. Anyway, Georgie was in a cult with the wooden limes. and they were trying to excavate a giant source of iron that was apparently underneath the city using magic that would have killed everyone. We kind of stopped it.
So Anwir and Chod, you two would know that the wooden limes were three, I think. I think three. You guys, on your trip out towards the troll issue, you ran into a few people, and you killed three of them, and they were wooden limes.
Oh.
Whether or not you relate that,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway, Georgie tried to kill us by
you would know
sending
that?
on this wild goose chase to hunt some trolls up north. That was obviously to anyone in the know a trap for the wooden limes to ambush us.
Was that wizard guy that I stuck like two? This is in character. Was that wizard man that I stuck two bolts in his eyes? Because I'm pretty sure they were wooden limes, and they're dead.
Oh wait, you all took the obviously trapped 20,000 K mission that was meant for us.
Yeah.
Kill
Oh,
That was
Helium.
great.
little
That was a bunch of fun.
punks.
Did you see a monk in that group?
I was a monk in that group.
Yeah. God was there. He didn't fare super well.
Did you see a burning druid? Or druid with a burning pet?
okay. Who were the three people you saw? You saw the wizard.
I'll relate that.
Killed him. Yeah.
So they ran into
There was that first guy I killed, and then there's that other guy that Anwir killed.
So they ran into Darga, who is the wizard. They ran into
between God and Anwir, we don't know their names.
Yeah. Well, you give some descriptions. Pytor, who was the barbarian, and I believe you guys also ran into Ruari. Yes. So you ran into they ran into and killed Darga, Pytor, and Ruari. So that would be
the wizard, the barbarian, and the rogue.
Cleric.
Okay.
So Sora.
I mean, the rogue is still alive, and I can give her back her sword.
Sorcha and Caitlin are still, as far as you guys know, alive.
So we still have to kill the monk.
Oh, and
Funny.
Aoshi.
And the druid.
The rogue, the monk, and the druid.
Yeah. No, I have first dibs on the rogue because she hurt Amari.
But I need to give her her sword back.
You
I
can
wasn't
give her
under
a
the
sword
impression
back
that you
at-
liked giving things back.
Well,
She
I'm
means
gonna
stab.
stab
She
her
means
with
stab
it.
her.
So we just gotta find these people and punch them, right?
It's more of if we run into them. I'm not really concerned.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to figure out what we're going to do next. Because
If we find them, we're gonna punch them, get some information,
Alright.
punch them some more. Hopefully,
of course
get some
we're going
more
to punch them
information.
when we find them, if we find them, but we're not out looking for them.
Yeah.
Anwir's gonna thumb over at Cryor and go, I like this guy. Very logical.
Hey, you don't happen to have any supplies left over you're not using? Like, my healer's kits are running low, and he's pointing at a belt of 3 healer's kits on his waist. One of which is obviously completely empty, and a second that is very, very thin.
Zari reaches into the box again and thinks healer's kits.
Roll me a luck roll.
Yeah.
With a 14, you catch the edge of something with a fingertip that then disappears out of reach.
Ah, come on. There was something in there. Somebody else try this stupid box.
How does it work?
You stick your it's like the handy haversack, but it's a box. So you think of what you want, and hopefully it's in there and it comes to you.
And if it's I'm gonna leave that leave that for figuring out later. All right. Do you
I'm
want to
gonna
go ahead?
think about notes. Secret notes.
Okay, roll me a luck roll, please. With a 14, your finger touches.
Was gonna use my inspiration also, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah. Your finger touches paper, but it's not quite within reach.
Anybody else want to try?
Yeah, I'll try.
I give guidance to Chod.
Okay. It's a luck roll, so I don't know the guidance works, but sure. Roll with an extra D4. Okay. Give me your luck. What are you thinking of first before you roll?
Berries.
Okay.
God, thanks.
With an 18. So what? 14 plus 4. You reach around and you're confident that there's no food in this box.
Aw, man. Oh, well. It's a cool empty
Well, at
box
least
you
we
got there, man.
not in the box. We found this in the keep.
Yeah, in the big castle keep, as Risha reaches in, thinking about ball gowns.
Guidance.
Okay.
Luck roll.
Yes, luck roll. 7. You reach around for a little bit and don't find anything.
They never keep anything good in these things. It's always like swords, maces.
When you say
bonking
sword,
sticks.
your hand hits the hilt of the flamberg that was put back in here earlier.
See, like this one.
Lumi will still look questioningly between Anwir and Chad.
As she throws it back in the box.
Those are my sword.
No,
Well, you know,
healer's kits.
Nah, I got. I've been grabbing berries off this bush here.
So
this bush keeps kind of following us, which is interesting. But like, that's it.
And Anwir, I'll let you decide whether or not your character would say anything. Among the supplies that your manservant has brought you is every time he comes back, there's another healer's kit. So probably somewhere in the cave, there's just like 15 of them.
Oh,
But
okay.
that's up to you if you're going to relate that or not.
I guess while everybody's trying to pull things out of the magic box, he would go grab like 5 of them and bring them back. And just have like 5 of them in his arms.
So as you're saying that, Lumi, Anwar is just apparates behind you with arms full of healer's kits.
Oh, nice. You keep these maniacs alive longer now.
How
much do you want for them? I'm more than willing to pay within reason. I'm not very rich.
Do you have any candy?
I think I might have jerky. not candy.
I mean,
All right.
do you technically have a kind of candy?
Yeah, well, I don't want that candy. That's gross giant candy.
Lumi
No, no,
has
it
no
was-
such candy.
No,
I'll
it
take one
wasn't.
of
It
those
was.
candy for sure.
It's not giant candy. It was made by a dragon, and it has the spell tongues in it.
I don't know if you think you're underselling it right now, but you're not.
Yeah, I'll take one of those and reach into that box.
Guidance.
All right. So Anwir is going to be thinking about like meat or something that they can eat, but then is going to get distracted by Chad's butt,
Okay.
and will be thinking about Chad in underpants
Okay.
as he's reaching into the box.
Okay. Roll me a luck roll.
Nat 20, nat 20, nat 20.
I can't find luck.
It's not. It's just a D20 roll. Plus
Plus
one-
4.
Okay.
Plus 4.
So then how do I do that? How do I just roll a d20?
Either in roll 20 or in. I don't know how to do it in D&D Beyond. Yeah, slash.
Hold on, I'm going to be showed how to do it.
Okay. Crier also typed
okay.
away.
This one?
For anyone who would like to know, down in the bottom left, there is a little icon in D&D Beyond. If you have it on.
Do I have to add anything? You said it's
No.
like it's plus something, right, Sam?
1d4 for guidance. Bottom left.
No.
In D&D Beyond, it's the bottom left. In Roll20, it's on the menu on the left-hand side.
Okay.
Saving throw.
With an 8, so you reach around for a while and don't find anything.
Yeah.
Crier,
don't even brush it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
would you give up a language candy for Anwir for these? And he is holding a fathom full of healer's kits.
That's a fair trade.
Should have asked for the
We're at the-
box.
We're about to figure out how to make more of those when we get back. We have the mold.
We have to mold.
You can
yeah,
make more
not
of
the
those
ingredients.
boxes? Nice.
Yeah, we just haven't had the time. It takes I think some gold dust.
Brass. Sorry, so iron
Brass
dust.
dust.
Iron
dust.
Yes. It takes a brass worth of iron dust
Okay.
as part of the sugar and everything else for the candy. So it's just a tiny little bit. You guys have a whole city and you look over and there's this north south. It's west of you. So the sunlight, the sunset is clearly defined against the sky. Where if you look over where the city is, it is darker and multicolored. You know how sunsets are usually in like earth tones, like orange and red and yellow and everything like
Yes,
that.
I live in Jersey.
The colors of the sun setting over the city are every color of the rainbow, and it is like not stable. It's like think like Northern Lights where it fades in and fades out, but it's like purple.
Radiance.
Yeah. Purple and yellow and blue and some that are just hyper saturated, do not appear normally in nature except for maybe flower petals colors, and others are like super muted, like deep burnt orange or forest green. And on either side of that, not directly over the city, you see normal sunset colors.
Gradient jump scare. Gradient jump scare.
Oh my goodness. Do the concept of magnets and electromagnets exist? Electromagnets, no, there's no electricity. Magnets, however, yes. So lodestones are a type of rock that has an unusually high concentration of iron, and it is one of the few, like, it is one of the few like, you can pick up just a rock that has enough iron in it that it will always, like, pull itself towards the north.
And other iron.
And people will use it for dowsing. If you try to use it to magically locate iron, it tends to burn out the iron in the lodestone and eventually become just a rock. But yes, magnets exist.
That was one of the options I was looking at for, like, a magical item, was like it will point to north, but that rock is stinking huge.
Right.
It is not convenient.
Oh, you want to know what north is? Lumi? What's north?
Head on a swivel, like, takes him about 10 seconds and just points north. Dead geographical north.
That's north.
Thank you.
Zari's sitting there thinking to herself, maybe if you could set up a net made of copper wire and attach it to a lodestone, you could magnetize the iron in the air to the wire and collect the iron dust that's in the air.
This one's talking about some real witchcraft over here.
Yeah, lots of books, but
I've been hanging out with our half troll friend.
Can I get an intelligence check from Iberkeet, please?
Save question mark?
Okay. Good enough, either way. It's a natural 20 plus something.
It's all right.
It's fine. So as Zari is, like, thinking of this, you realize that she is really overthinking this. And any anti-magic field will precipitate out iron from the city, because you noticed that the jail cell, which is anti-magic field inside of it to prevent, people from teleporting out of their jail cell. And also every time that you cast dispel magic, there's just an accumulation of basically very fine iron dust that happens whenever that happens. So not that Zari's idea couldn't work, but it would be really easy to just put, easy in for a wizard of great power to just, make an anti-magic field that would do the same. You even have some, like, sketches in your mind of what that would look like.
Yeah, but why would anybody want so much iron anyway? It burns. We don't like it.
The more she speaks, the less I trust her.
Oh, you get that, do you?
Because you can use all that iron, which is technically just money, to actually just fuel spells.
Wait, iron is money? I thought brass was money.
Iron is also money. It's relatively rare, and it has magical properties. So, like, wizards and other things, like, will pay high dollar for iron dust and chunks of iron.
Rare? We've got an entire city full of it.
Well, it was rare before Georgie went and dug it up from under the city.
Wait, how did she dig it up so fast?
technically still
She
rare
used the big
because
spell. Where have you been?
it's technically more rare because most of what she dug up is up there, and Lumi will point into the sky to the new glittery addition.
Oh,
The giant looks at you and goes, "Yeah, that's worrying. That shouldn't be there." So this is all tangentially your fault. I mean, you as in he waves his arms at all of you guys.
No, we tried to stop it.
Very
mean
tangentially, I will concede yes, but that could be, and Lumi will point back up. It could be a lot worse because we disturbed the spell that sent that up there.
That's good.
So wait, is that why there's holes in the city?
Yes.
Oh, that's
Thank
where
goodness
they
it
dug
wasn't
up
me.
the iron.
So the hole that I was teleported into, that I spent, what day is it?
Yes,
Thank you. For the players, it's Emerald the 2nd.
because it's not night.
I will start like do the like I do in real life. Just look absentmindedly off to the side and just count days and end up at Emerald very early. 1 or 2, maybe.
So like weeks underground. The last I knew, it was like the 3rd of Jet.
Yeah, a month or so. That counts.
Underground. So and there's a cave system down there, and there's horrors down in that cave system, and that was the good outcome, is what I'm gathering.
Yes, because I think Iberkeet did the calculations. Basically, if the spell had went off, we would have a new moon.
What's a moon?
It's apparently a big rock in the sky that circles the planet. We saw some in the Feywild.
Again, you guys visited the Feywild.
It was only for like,
5 minutes.
well, it was
Yeah.
5 minutes in there. It was like a few hours out here.
That
We met our friend Gobbo.
tracks. You hear a from your pack.
Wait a minute. You've been in here the entire time, Gabata? She rips it open.
Have not.
Lies.
You are holding the skull. It's not attacking you again.
How many surprise talking things are going to pop up?
No,
I just
I'm
need it
pretty
all down.
sure it's just the skull. It's just that all of a sudden we're able to hear it too. But the
Does
guy.
your bush talk to you?
You know I talk, Chad.
Right.
My existence is giving berries to you and wondering why I was potted in this place.
This bush is like my best friend.
That sounds like a terrible existence.
Uh-huh. It could be worse.
Nah, he's cool. He gives me berries and stuff. That's pretty good for me.
Does he want to give you berries, or do you just take the berries?
The soil is rich and tasty, and we're as kind.
Nuh-uh. He wouldn't let me have the shinies.
I don't care about shiny things. I want food for my soil and light for my leaves.
I'll food your soil.
Please don't pee on the bush, the giant says.
I was gonna fertilize
Get
it.
out of my head, giant.
Chad, we've talked about this.
Where else am I supposed to go?
The bushes that don't talk.
I concur. Bushes that don't talk. The river, trees, rocks, like
Really big ones.
60 feet away from camp, anywhere.
Well, now you're just saying things.
How late is it?
Oh, it's just the sun is just touching the horizon. We got an hour ish before the sun is below. And does it take an hour?
Do you think there are any Vuji herds around here? I kind of don't want to like not give our giant friend something.
I'll be okay. I'm not horribly, pardon me, hungry.
I choose to believe that was in character.
I think
Yeah, but I'm a
ate-
chef and I feel bad if someone hasn't eaten.
I think I ate before I came up out of the hole. Think that was eating. Or was it?
You not know what eating is?
No, I know what eating is.
I think it's more the question of whether what he thinks he ate was actually something worth eating.
Or if I actually ate it, or just consumed it. He's got a very thoughtful
I know,
expression on his face.
I'm gonna regret this question, but what is the difference between eating and consuming?
Well, you eat food with your mouth, and you consume things without using your mouth, but still making them part of yourself.
Yeah, that's
And consume.
Oh,
Points at
like a
points at-
slime.
I don't think it was a slime.
Right.
I think it was much bigger than a
Yes.
slime.
Are
Like
you
a
part
slime.
slime, my giant friend?
Not to my knowledge. At least not anymore. I was part something, and then I wasn't.
Lumi will walk like 120 feet off camp and just start listening for animals with his plus 11 perception.
Sure. Give me a perception check. $29. You hear getting away from the chatter going on in camp. You get out away from camp a ways, and the sounds of the night or the evening, you know, it's the perfect time of day for nocturnal animals, or whatever the mid not night but not day animals.
Diurnals?
Diurnal, yeah. You it is the perfect time of day for them. You hear bugs buzzing and birds calling, mostly to the west of here. Towards the east, there's not, other than the camp, not much sound. You don't hear, what you don't hear and you don't spot any of is like megafauna. So, you know, there might be rabbits or similar around, but you're not seeing or hearing evidence of like Vuji or other large animals.
Diurnal is what Jean Bob's gonna be if Chad keeps peeing on him.
Oh my god. Diurnal.
Well, I'll just mosey on past, going towards the east. This just offhandedly commenting, nothing big that way, and just moseying off to the east to do another listen to see if there's anything remotely big enough for a giant to eat.
Go ahead and give me a survival check, please. At this point, you're actively looking for animals. With a +8, you still got a 12. The largest tracks you find, and it takes you a while to find them, are rabbit tracks. And they're not particularly large ones either.
Oh, great. Juvenile rabbits in a burrow somewhere. Ugh. Well, I'll just head on back and just say, sorry. Biggest I could find evidence of were the juvenile-sized rabbits.
Where are the land sharks when you need them?
There's always the giant raccoon.
Lucy looks at you, Anwir, and just has the... You know how animals can do hurt expressions really well?
Yeah.
Just the most hurt expression on her face.
I was joking. It was a joke.
This one's a pet, and Lumi will go scritch Lucy behind the ears.
Lucy, you get the very cat-like heavy lean, and like moving her head around to get to the right scritchy spot. Lucy is a medium-sized creature. Being a giant raccoon, she's a medium-sized creature. And so
it's kind of like scratching a tiger or a lion behind the ears.
Yes, accurate. Not quite that big, but like a panther or a leopard.
Yeah, still scritching behind the ears before Lumi will go back and keep on doing the sky survey he's doing.
I like that you think I know the difference between the sizes of all those wildcats.
I mean,
it's not something I've ever paid attention to.
Being addicted to wildcats, I know the difference in sizes of all of those cats.
I know
the important thing, right?
The semi-relative size differences between those. Tigers and lions are big, and if they get on their hind legs, they're twice as tall as taller than average human. Whilst leopards and panthers are more like just above them.
So lions and tigers are almost horse-sized, or maybe big donkey-sized.
I always remember that apparently tigers can grow to be about 9 feet long.
Yeah,
and that's a big animal.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she said.
Really?
I go up to Lucy and give her a little snack.
There is I don't actually like a chitter of happiness, and Lucy takes it, puts it in her mouth, and then runs off towards the river. What snack did you give Lucy?
A candy of tongues.
Oh god.
So
boy,
another second.
This is the serval thing all over again.
So Lucy puts the candy in her mouth and runs off towards the river, and is like, "Oh boy, this tastes," and then goes silent and chitters as she spits the candy out of her mouth and washes it off in the river. And then puts it back in her mouth. Man, this thing tastes great. And she like washes her hands off. So you hear this like chittering and then not chittering, and then speaking in common and then chittering back and forth conversation as Lucy washes her new treat.
I'm trying to time it when she has it in the mouth.
Right.
To say, Lucy, can you come over here and can you understand us?
I can understand you all of the time. Wait, you can understand me now?
Yes. Do you want to say something to Anwir and chat?
Beryl usually talks for me, and I don't know what to say right now. I talked to Beryl. Beryl knows what to say.
Well, it's good to finally talk to you, Lucy.
Did you give
More people can understand me. And Lucy like barrels into you, Chad, and like hugs. More friends. I mean, you were my friend, but now I don't need Beryl to interpret for me for a while at least, right? For a while.
Yeah.
Probably be until it gets really dark.
Neat. Do you have any more food? Because I could use some more food.
I don't. I mean, you want some berries?
Yes, but not the poo berries.
The what?
The poo berries.
All right.
That's why we have Jean Bob, is so we don't eat any more poo berries.
Jean Bob gets mad at me if I pick his berries off.
Well, I've still got a couple here, so he like takes some like squished berries out of his pocket.
Yay!
Gives them to Lizzie.
Back to the river to wash more berries.
Great.
It's gonna be
now
like
the
cotton
giant
candy over
raccoon
there.
can talk.
It really is, and you hear crying as the berry goes into the water and just disappears.
No.
My berries are gone. It's the worst day ever.
Well, that was a change in tone.
Lucy comes back to the camp looking all depressed.
There'll be more, don't worry.
I know. All right.
Here, Lucy, I cooked up some extra rations.
Yay! Rations! Grabby hands. So, much like before, whatever you give to Lucy is taken to the river to be washed off before eaten.
I was right. I just need to wash off all my utensils.
Mm-hmm. It's super tasty. Splash, 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 splash.
So are we setting camp up here?
If the slugs don't mind us camping with them.
Sea
Otherwise,
slugs. It's
Definitely
sea
not.
slugs.
You are all welcome.
Like you can see slugs?
No, like the ocean.
Oh, I've never been to the ocean. No, wait, he has been to the ocean because he went on a travel. Never mind. Back that thought up. I'm forgetting my own lore. I'm good like that. So like, how far away from the ocean are you that you named yourself after some animal from it?
2.5 weeks travel?
4 weeks.
I've never seen the ocean, except in pictures and books.
It's 2 weeks to Ava and then another 2 weeks to Volley.
What's an ocean?
It's blue.
It's a really big river.
Blue wet thing.
Yeah, and you cannot see a big lake, and you cannot see the other side.
Oh. That sounds boring.
Anyway, I think we should all camp together because it's going to be a lot safer than just Chad and I.
Cha.
Yeah, although it sounded like your companions would be back by bedtime, maybe, if they're not caught up in something.
Feel probably safer.
Caught up in something for like a week.
All right. Well, I don't think any of you have anything large enough for me to sleep in, so I'm just gonna find a rock over here, and the giant finds one of the various like stones in the area and hits it a couple times with a hammer that he had in his pouch. It is to him, normal sized hammer. To you guys, this thing is like
An anvil.
Yeah, well, it's got like a 4 foot long, 2-inch around, 3-inch around handle. The head of it is made out of bronze, and yeah, it's like wham, wham. He carves a little bit off of it, gets it so that he can like lay his hand down. And he's like, all right, that'll work. Anvil on a pole. Yeah, accurate.
Zari quietly says to herself, I can really use that when I'm big.
Don't your weapons grow with you?
Yes. But if it's already big, then I think it hits harder.
Well,
That doesn't make any sense.
good night.
I can take one of the early watches because I need to update some charts and maps of the sky.
I'll take the latest when it gets light again.
Oh, Iberkey, we need to send a message to Miiva to inform them of the growing magic holes. Should do that maybe in the morning. Because you're probably running low on spell slots.
I don't know how the morning would help that, but yeah, continue. Actually, you had been getting a regular check-in from Miiva. And it is about that time of day. And so yes, so Iberkeet, you receive a sending. I don't know if I'm going to count the right number of words, but it's a little fuzzy seeming. But it is your mentor, whose name my brain refuses to remember, saying, are you okay? Are you okay? Haven't heard in 2 days. What is status of the city?
I'm going to respond, doing fine, city full of iron dust, holes growing.
Does she have enough spell slots to cast it twice? I don't know that she does. Hold on.
Tell her about the monsters.
It's a 3rd level spell, so...
View campaign. Entreata. Haha! Spells. She has 3rd level spells. She can cast 2 of them. Haha! So in response to you, another casting of sending, she says, holes bad? Or like, how big, how many? Still growing is a problem. Anybody left in the city? Refugees are holding out hope.
I'm sorry, what was the second thing she asked?
How many holes? She asked, how big were the holes? How many holes? Commented on them being growing was bad. And then she asked about survivors. Any survivors left in the city?
City's full of monsters. We found the sea slugs.
City full of monsters. Met up with sea slugs. Holes big, except one. 4 of them.
Okay, and that's as many castings as she can do in a day, so she won't cast it again. All right.
How is she gonna fireball?
She doesn't actually have fireball. The evening rolls around about the time the sun is fully set. The remainder of the sea slugs come back into town. Barreld has a covey, I think it is, a bunch of rabbits. I found a den and I thought that somebody might be hungry, so I figured I would go ahead and bring them along with me. So we can have these for breakfast, or the big guy can, like, I don't know, have them for supper, I suppose. The city's quiet, nothing's coming out, and I didn't see anybody on the road. Did you guys sleep in the city last night? Because that's real dumb. You shouldn't do that. I forgot to warn you about sleeping in the city before you went in, and I'm sorry.
We did sleep in the city. We found out it was dangerous.
Oh yeah, I say don't do that again, because it's like a bad idea.
Not as bad as you would think if you just use up all the magic you feel you get for sleeping inside the city.
Yeah, that works for a couple days, but like, I'm sure Anwar has told you that, like, if you sleep in the city for too long, you start changing. You did tell him about that, right, Anwar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did not tell us about that. That is very good to know, and probably should have been in our message to Entreta.
Oh, you guys sent a message off? Can you send one for me? I mean, I just want to say hi.
We received a message informing Entreta in Miiva that we met up with you guys and the status of the city.
Is there somebody there from the Blue Rock? Because we took our payment, but we didn't, like, officially get paid, and I'd like to let them know that we got paid for our job.
Yeah, Arpy is there in Miiva.
Okay. That's good.
We have not been able to find hair nor hide of the other 2 guild leaders.
That's not good. They weren't around when we were in town.
That is strange.
So I'm gonna, like, hang these rabbits up so that you guys can eat them in the morning if you cook them, and then I'm gonna go to bed because it's been a long day.
Good plan.
Oh, we gave Lucy a talking candy.
Oh, okay, so Lucy, you can
Not
talk
my
now?
idea.
And Lucy just chitters because it's been more than an hour.
Oh, it ran out.
Yeah. Oh, that's super neat. They were super nice to you. Did you get any more candy from them, Lucy? So you can talk to everybody else all the other times? Chitter, 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 chitter. Okay.
We should set up a shop and sell these things. We should probably get our dragon friend back from the Fey court, and we can go into business making magic candies with her.
I'm telling you, she's fine. She's with Mom.
She is
I
not.
don't care, Risha. We're getting her back.
There's just a chuckle rising from the place where the giant has laid down to sleep, and it's just a little bit manic. Like, what in the hell did I find myself in?
Anyway, so we need to figure out what we're doing next. We need to. Do we go back to Miiva, or do we head to, or do we head to Volley, and possibly get a teleportation circle over to the Burgundy coast, so we can talk to
Right, the daughter going somewhere.
the daughter and the mother, Magda, I think it was.
That name gets the giant to roll over and stare at you.
Yes, do you know Magda?
Yeah. I mean, I've never met her, but I know who she is. How do you know her? And to drop her so casually into a conversation.
We found her daughter in the lair
right. So
of
the
a
dragon
silver dragon.
The dragon you've been talking about so casually this entire time is
Yes.
Magda's daughter.
Yes.
Anya.
That name I'm not familiar with. And the giant like brings a palm size, like a palm, a giant palm to his temple, and like starts rubbing his face. So it's not just any giant, any dragon you run into. It's the daughter of the most powerful known dragon on the Burgundy coast, the woman who is queen in her own right of the most populous city on the Burgundy coast. That's who you so casually gave to the Fey Queen of the Winter Court.
It wasn't my
No.
choice.
You went willingly. She was just going to say hi to Mom.
No. We put up a fight, and she sacrificed herself, basically.
I like my heart where it is and unsquished, and she did me a favor.
Which means you should want to help her by getting her out of there, Risha.
But there's not a bad place. I keep trying to tell you guys, it's not a bad place. It may be a little cold, but she's a dragon. She likes it.
No, she doesn't. She clearly does not, because we found her almost dying of a cold on top of a mountain.
She was just hungry.
She's the wrong type of dragon to find where Mab has taken her comfortable.
Her dad was a silver dragon. They like the cold.
Her dad was a silver dragon.
Yes.
Her dad
the
was
hero of Miiva.
Griffith.
We found bits of his soul and gave them to her.
I do not travel with adventurers. I do not travel with adventurers. Traveling with adventurers is bad. I do not travel with adventurers. Oh, I've heard stories about traveling with adventurers. It always goes very badly. He looks at Chad and Anwir, who have and the other sea slugs who weren't joining in this, and then he goes, "Oh crap, you're adventurers too. I don't."
Only in name.
To be fair,
I'm born an adventurer,
you
and
went.
I'm gonna die soon.
if you had a choice between us and them, pick them.
Yes.
Oh, that's not true at all.
Because
All the fun.
From the
Yes.
evidence that we've gathered in the past 15 minutes, go with us.
I do not.
Because apparently, I'm beginning to think that the universe has a plan for us.
Oh,
Something or someone has a plan for the lights for us poor refugees from Miiva.
that's worse.
Not how the world works.
Oh crap.
I barely have a plan for myself.
Thank you, Chad.
Could I
You see?
have Chad and Cryor make a history roll, please?
Sure can. It's gonna be great.
Uh-huh. And I
That
will
-1.
also roll one for Zika, I think.
Zika
Oh,
probably
yeah.
has some bard stories.
There was one other dragon too, because we met Anya's daughter.
Okay.
What was her
About the
name?
Dragons. Can we go meet one of these dragons? Because that would be cool.
Anya's daughter's name was Raya.
Ah, yes. And she had Serval the Serval.
Okay, so Zika is going to roll history, who has a +3, but it's not trained. So 17. Oh! So Zika comes back out of her tent where she was getting ready. She's wearing, like... She's taking her armor off. She's wearing, like, night clothes. She has her... What does she have for a instrument? I forget what she has for an instrument.
I think it's a
I think
loot.
she has like a lute.
Okay, so she has a lute in her hands and she's like tuning it, and she launches into a ballad about a dragon and a serval and the long lost love of the dragon and the pet serval who was also companion to the love of the dragon's love. Right. And this is like it's a ballad. It's kind of a bit of a mournful thing about love that was lost and finding comfort in the pets of those you have lost after you have lost them. And you get the impression that the author of this song, from the perspective and your knowledge, the author of this song was Anya, and Serval was Serval, and it's never outright mentioned, but the love that was lost was with an 11, Chad. You've heard the name Savant Seville before. He is the bard of legend. Couple hundred years ago at this point, most famous bard that ever existed. And so Anya is lamenting the loss of her human never quite lover that she always wanted from afar. And the song
Sure, I saw him at the bowl.
What's that?
Pretty sure I saw him at the bowl.
Okay.
LA joke. Sorry.
Yeah. And she slowly wraps up the song and goes, yeah, that, dragons live a long time. That's a really old song.
I mean, I can always ask Mom if you can come visit Anya if you want to meet a dragon.
I would feel a lot more comfortable if you stopped calling her Mom.
Me too.
But
Same.
The giant goes, yeah, me too.
you guys don't know what you're talking about.
I'm
What
okay
about
with it.
Muma?
Moma is grandma.
Is Moma also a dragon?
No, but she might be a hag.
Your grandma is a hag.
We don't know for sure, but she's a really good cook. Magically a good cook.
Yes, she
That's all
is.
it takes.
No offense, sorry, but she cooks way better than you. Especially
yes,
her
I know
baking.
that.
Oh,
I know that.
Oh, that baking. I could smell it now.
Oh, don't be scared, Army. She talks too.
Thank you. The only one that doesn't really seem to do much talking is the one in the mask over there.
She's busy doing the arcane eye.
Yeah. Did you have any specific one thing you wanted to do with the arcane eye, or was it mostly to
I clicked the wrong thing. I was just trying to open it to read it.
Okay, never mind. No worries. So the evening wears on. The giant is like visibly twitching and flinching. And Zika eventually tells you a tale of the she parlays the song that she had played, written from the perspective of Anya, into a song that was written by Savant Seville, talking about heroes of legend. And it goes into how once a generation, or maybe twice, or maybe nonce a generation, a group of people gather together to change the world. Some of them change it for the better, some of them change it for the worse, and some of them do neither. And Savant claims to have done neither, but he definitely remembers changing the world. And these groups of destiny aren't destined to do great things, nor are they destined to do terrible things, but they are destined to influence how the world works. And at the end of the song, the giant speaks up and goes, "Yeah, I heard that one too. And I would like to be nowhere near this party when you guys figure out what you're going to do. Because you may survive, but those around you may not. And it's not even guaranteed that you survive. Change the world."
Find a dragon.
Are there any more stories besides the one about Savant's generation?
Sure. Let me bring up another one. And she plays the story of the defeat of the necromancer in Ook. This one's a little more recent. Yeah, and she goes on and plays about their party, and this is from the perspective of a goblin wizard who is forever cursed to wander the halls of a library after having met his I forget gender suddenly.
Yes,
his destiny. And saving his party from and destroying the necromancer of Ook, and is forever cursed to wander the library of knowledge and in the place that is eternal, in the time that does not exist.
Library of knowledge.
This one was like the soundtrack of my summer last year.
Like literally, this is like among the monks of your order, Chad. This is like the jam. Because they're always trying to find that library.
That's a bop.
I was still searching for it.
Are there any really big libraries already in existence?
It's probably we need to go to the island or something to get more clues. I don't know.
Zika goes, the library is findable if the goblin wants to be found. And the knowledge is important.
Every knowledge is important.
Well, I'm never gonna find it.
All right. The night goes on. You guys are eventually able to find. Your rest. Who is taking last watch?
Last would be me.
All right. Cryor, you
Todd might join him.
Right. So Cryor and Chad. You guys are watch as the giant kind of rolls out of where he's been sleeping and kind of gathers up anything that he might have left around him and goes he starts to whisper something, realizes A, how loud it is, and 2, that you can't understand his words. And he draws in the dirt of the road with a very large finger. He draws like a rectangle, and then like towers on the rectangle, and then like peaks of roofs, and then he points down the direction of the road, and then has a questioning look on his face.
He wanted to go to the coast, right?
He doesn't understand you.
No, this was out of character.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So I will draw in the sand as big as I can.
Okay.
Where we are, well, the map a little bit, or the road to the coast.
Right.
And mark out cities.
Okay.
On the way. And make a mouth gesture and point to the city entrance or something like that of each city, and then just point in the way where the first city would be.
Right. So you get a giant sized thumbs up, and he gets up out of the bed, takes all of the rabbits that were hung up last night and starts walking down the road.
I make a nice bow to him.
Is he just leaving, or?
Yep. Probably.
Yeah. How long you known that guy?
Now? 10 hours?
Oh, okay.
We've been asleep for, what, 7?
So the rest of you wake up a little bit later. I mean, it's up to you. The rest of you wake up and find the giant gone. And Lucy is currently like rummaging around inside of the cave. And
I was hoping to eat one of those rabbits.
The potted plant is like stretching to like try to catch the first rays of sunlight. You guys can see it like shivering a little bit.
Anwir's gonna go over to Cryor and kind of take him aside real quick. Yes. And so you're big on knowledge, clearly. You're a very logical kind of person. You seem to know things sort of already. You've done a lot of studying, right? You're basically the opposite of our friend Chad.
Huh?
He's gonna take out the cards that he has left and ask Cryor, have you ever seen anything like these? Do you know what these are?
You absolutely
Yes.
recognize them, Cryer.
Some of my party are collecting them.
Great. I happen to have just we kind of came across these after we killed the what was it, the wooden limes?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was a little worried at first that me dropping them was the cause of all the holes, but now I'm glad to find out that that was not the case. What
They're
are they?
very powerful, so it might be still linked. I don't know.
No, it was definitely your fault. You admitted to it. You guys caused this. It was not me. Uh, that would hold up in court.
You want to go to court? And I point to the, falling down city.
Not presently.
Oh.
I mean, you do know what they are, a Cryer.
Yeah.
So if you want to explain them, you can.
No. I think
Hero?
they are a little bit dangerous, so maybe it's best that we keep them for safekeeping.
That was my worry. However, there are presently a lot of holes in my city, and if they could be used to fix that problem,
We will investigate that.
If anyone's going to be fixing the problem, it's most likely going to be us, because apparently we're the heroes of legend.
right?
Zari is slightly drunk.
He's gonna put those cards back in his pocket.
But we could really do more use. We're gonna go and try to save the city as well, because our city is gonna be attacked otherwise next. So please, could you give us these cards?
No.
After a long, awkward silence, Lucy comes back out of the cave with a giant piece of hardtack, and she just skitters off towards the river between Cryor and Anweir.
Does the persuasion work?
But that's for me to try to get the cards. But apparently, no.
I mean, that's up to you. I'm not going to use...
No, Anweir definitely, after learning that they are about as powerful as he thought they were, he's keeping them for a reason.
Yeah. I'm not gonna, PvP persuasion.
Yeah.
It would be so fun.
We already have 6 of them.
Yeah, Iberkey's been holding on to them. Where'd the rabbits go?
What did they do? The 6 that you have, what did they do?
I have no cards.
Oh, I thought that was in character. I'm sorry.
No,
Iberkeet.
Zari says Iberkeet has them.
Oh.
Oh, so there's a giant thunderclap and a cactus explodes.
Oh look, recipe resources for cactus soup.
Why cactus juice? It'll quench you.
It's the quenchiest.
I feel like I'm missing a reference here.
Yeah.
Tell you
it's-
later.
Okay.
Yeah.
It'll sure quench you.
All right. I think with that, and with the party deciding what they're going to do, we will leave our 20,000 more team here. We may bring them back for a future game. We may not, and we will go ahead and end with the exploding cactus on the Lights of Miiva team. Thank you to the players for playing. Thank you to everybody for watching. It has been great having you here. Bye.
Bye.